This is Jim Harwood with New York Physical Therapy. Today we're going to go over an exercise, it's called the Decoaptation exercise for the lumbar spine. Basically the goal is to try to get some space specifically in the L4, L5, S1 range. You know, this area back here where a lot of people get a lot of pain and stiffness. Just some components that you need to understand with this exercise, because ultimately I'm going to have my legs up the wall and all these kind of gyrations. But there are some important concepts with this. One, we always talk about a chin tuck, and a chin tuck is not bending the head down. It's more like your head pushed back, straight back. So my eyes are on the same line, but instead of having what we call forward head, my head is back. So you notice if I do this, my head is not on this, my eyes are not on the same line anymore. So a chin tuck is just that. The other part of it is going to be, they'll always be talking about core contraction or core activation. All that is really engaging your abs. The way these exercises work is they work on this whole concept of agonist, antagonist, right? So if you think about when I go to pick a cup up, right, and I'm using my biceps concentrically, meaning I'm going against gravity. For that to be a successful movement, my triceps has to relax to allow the movement to happen in a quality manner. Somebody who has abnormal tone can't do that. The biceps will work, but the triceps doesn't relax, so they have difficulty with quality movement. So this exercise kind of works with that. So you're going to be contracting the muscles on the opposite side. So just to review again, this is the mover is the agonist, the opposer is the antagonist. So what we're going to do, if we're trying to stretch out, say, the triceps, we're going to contract the biceps, because what that is going to do, it's going to force the triceps off. So when we're doing this exercise, we're going to be contracting some of the front muscles so we can relax the back muscle and let some opening. Okay, so there's just some concepts, so as I'm talking when I'm in the position, it'll make some sense. So the way this exercise works is you need to have, I'm just showing it on a table. You can do it on the floor, but you just need wall space. So the goal is to get your buttocks as close to the wall as possible, right? So I'm gonna come up, I try to get my body in as close. Now obviously if somebody's in a lot of back pain, this is probably not an exercise we'll be giving right away. This is more of a preventer and more like a wellness, although it can help. But somebody who's in a lot of back pain, this is not gonna be an easy position to get into. But assuming you're okay, and something you're going to want to do once the pain is gone, because like I said, it's a big preventer to having people with back issues. So what you're going to do is you're going to get as close to the wall as possible, and you're going to have your legs up the wall. So you can kind of shimmy your way down so your butt is touching. Start out with your knees bent. Okay, so ultimately what's going to happen is the setup is what we discussed. There's going to be a chin tuck, so you're going to feel elongation on the bottom of your neck. The bottom of your head, chin tuck, you're going to core activate. So now the goals are, you're going to straighten out each leg as straight as you can against the wall. You're going to bring both arms over your head, okay? And you're going to move your wrists back like you're holding a platter. Now ultimately what's going to happen is you're going to be, what I like to say, you're going to make it sense like you're shooting your arms out, your whole upper extremity, out of your armpit. So the motion is like that. You're pushing hard that way. That's what you're going to ultimately be doing, having your arms as close to your ears as possible. Now this is a lot like yoga. You may not be able to do all the pieces the first time. You kind of got to work at it, okay? You may not be able to get all the way to the wall. You may not be able to get your knees straight, but I'm showing you what the goal is. Hopefully I can still do it. All right, so butt against the wall, chin tuck, core activate, arms above the head. Now, all the different movements now are, I'm going to tighten my quads as tight as I can. This is that agonist-antagonist thing. By tightening these, I'm allowing more mobility back here. So I'm going to tighten my quads as tight as I can. I'm going to also, what we call dorsiflex my feet. So I'm not going to keep my feet pointed towards the ceiling. I'm going to bring my feet down towards my shins. So my quads are on, my feet are coming this way, I'm core activated, I'm chin tucked. Then I bring my arms above my head as we discussed, wrists are out like I'm holding a platter. And then what you do, again with all the components, I'm just going to review them again. I have a chin tuck, I have my core activated, that's really important. I have my quads on, I have my feet dorsiflexed, my arms are above the head, close to my ears as possible. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that motion where I'm trying to shoot my arms up out of my armpits. I'm contracting everything, and the last piece is I turn my feet towards each other. And then I hold it for 5 breaths in and out. And then I relax. Okay? And then you would repeat it maybe 2 or 3 times for each session. Okay? So just to review it again, the whole concept is if I contract the muscle on one side, the other side relaxes. I have a chin tuck, core activate. So in that position, I'll get as close to the wall as possible. I'm going to ultimately want my knees as straight as possible. I'm going to have my feet bent. I'm going to have my arms above my head as close to my ears as possible, holding a platter, really strong on the wrist, just like at the ankles. And then I'm shooting my arms out of my armpits. All that kind of happened at the same time. And when it's working right, and it may take a while to exactly get there, you can actually start to feel a little opening of the lower spine. You're going to be feeling a lot of things. What you don't want to feel is any sharp pain. If you're suffering from sciatica and you do this and you feel the sciatic pain going down your legs, you absolutely stop. You never want to send symptoms into the periphery. And you never want sharp pains when you're trying to do exercise that are trying to help. Okay? So that's basically it. I know it was a lot of work. You may have to see it a few times. It is a great exercise. I highly recommend it for anybody to do, assuming you have wall space and you can get into the position. If you have any questions or problems, you can always reach back out to me at, you can email me at jim@nypthealing.com, or you can call the office at 212-488-7300. Thank you.